Right. So, you may be wondering that if the title of this thing says we know what the title is, we know what it implies, so what are we doing at Erebor? Like, even though we start there, shouldn't we just have fast traveled to the Shire? Just, you know? Well, we already need studs for like stud multipliers and stuff. So, and more than that, we need crafting materials for the sake of the crafting recipes. So, and more than that, we need the recipes themselves. So, let's start with the prologue. The greatest kingdom in Middle-earth. Erebor. Alright, so let's grab the doctor. Dale.
My dear Frodo, you asked me once if I had told you everything there was to know about my adventures. It began long ago, in a land far away to the east. There was the city of Dale, peaceful and prosperous. For this city lay before the doors of the greatest kingdom in Middle-earth.
Erebor.
Erebor. Stronghold of Thror, king under the mountain, mightiest of the dwarf lords. His line lay secure in the lives of his son and grandson.
Thorin.
All would pay homage to him, even the great elven king, Thranduil. Ah, Frodo, Erebor.
My liege, our king asks you to go and oversee today's mining operation.
Built deep within the mountain itself, the beauty of this fortress city was legend.
Because we have Dory, we can already get our first treasure item. I hate that. Use the Force, Doctor. Gotta remember to go. Gotta keep your eye out for every mini kit. So we at least have enough stud multipliers that we still kind of have to work for Master Burglar. Okay. Oh, come on. A well-placed flare should blow that up. Yep. Get back Legolas so that there's nothing at range I'll miss. Oh, Bombor. Yeah. Have your lunch.
Its wealth lay in the earth, in precious gems hewn from rock, and in great seams of gold, running like rivers through stone.
Can't slack off on stud grinding just yet, because I mean, is Samwise literally the only one who can? Ugh, all right. Nice one, ball four. One ball four. Insofar as early game stud grinding, or early free play stud grinding, you might prefer the million stud bonus, because it's probably the quickest one in like the history of the series. Which, yeah, it means it doesn't overstay its welcome, but... or at least it's less likely to. We'll first bullseye those targets for Legolas. Get the doctor back. I might just wear out the square button on my controller because, well, whatever the hell that is.
The skill of the dwarves was unequaled, fashioning objects of great beauty out of diamond, emerald, ruby, and sapphire.
I hate that I don't have more to say, but really, what is there to say? Really, that's the important part, because those designs are what I need for various side quests, and any one of those designs could be the one that gets me like a mini kit detector or the like. Granted, this design promises to be the one for that attract studs quest we've already opened. Legolas. Alright, Balfour. Is that not how I'm supposed to get that? Oh, right, I need to dig there. So where's Feely? Yeah, Feely. Yeah, hello. Hey, someone's here, finally. Get me just in time to grab what may be the last mini kit of this chapter. Because yes, levels in this game have a chapter select now. And they do you the incredible service of telling you which chapter is missing which collectibles. Granted, I need a fair few crafting materials in order to build much of what I need, so now that we have all these stud multipliers, it's even more imperative that
Ever they delve deeper down into the dark. And that is where they found it.
the Arkan Stone.
The Arkan Stone, the heart of the mountain. But Thror's love of gold had grown too fierce.
You bore one of the seven.
Sickness had begun to grow within him. And where sickness thrives, bad things will follow. The first they heard was a noise like a hurricane.
Barlet, sound the alarm.
What is it?
Dragon.
Smaug.
He was a fire drake from the north.
Next Saturday's reading session might be
Red was nothing.
the biggest it's ever been. In terms of like attendance,
Dragons covered gold with a dark and fierce desire.
Smaug had come.
Had come.
Okay, so He was a fire drake from the north. His roommate was a water Josh from the south. Okay, so all dwarves have axes that can break these. We know that from the Lord of the Rings. So, body up attacks. Yes, in terms of attendance. Since we'll have. What do you mean we'll have? I mean, I get that it's guess we'll have both Soma and Cricket for the first time. Oh, nice. Okay, so team up attacks. I think we've done Balin. So going down, I think I was going down the list for that trophy. So it would have done Balin, Bifur, Bofor, and Bombor. So Dory and Dwalin would be next. Oosh. Okay, so let's get... Okay, wait, Dory, so... Dory can pull that. And then Ansem the Wise. A well-placed Firaga. So, Balin, Bifur, Bofor, Bombor, Dory, Dwalin, Feely and Keely I'm pretty sure I have done at some other point, but better safe than sorry. Alright, Feely and Keely, yep. Feely and Keely. Buddy up! Thank you. How gracious of Smaug to wait at the gate. What I mean, at the end he sensed the ring. He must have some idea of what makes it precious.
Such wanton death was dealt that day.
You have to wonder if Smaug knew that Thrall bore one of the seven. I mean, if you know that, and well, how to exploit that, then yeah, Erebor is a target ripe for the taking. Or at least was. Where's the doctor? Dory. Of course, Smaug would make a home for himself in the treasury. Bam! Oh. Still got one mini kit left. Okay, so Ori can do this. That's with the right stud multipliers. Or enough stud multipliers. This is even better for stud grinding in the long run. Alright, so I did manage to get all treasure items, so I'll take that for what it's worth. Maybe I should wait until... Maybe I should wait until I have a mini-kit detector before I... before I really try for that last mini-kit. still, mithril mirror armor, that is definitely a quest that we can now try and go for simply by crafting that at the smithy. Mithril Falcon. I know that's that's for a quest in Rivendell. Was it? And Dory. Oh, hey, we've got 2 viewers. Right, Mithril Falcon. Now we can do that quest in... Now we can forge that for a quest in Rivendell. But for now... Need to hit the smithy. Barlam and Butterbur.
Item designs can be found all over Middle-earth.
So...
Picked up any good designs lately?
Okay. We have, but we need some...
Items that need forging. Head on over to the blacksmith.
We need extra materials to make them. Okay. So...
There's supposed to be a good mining spot around here somewhere.
So the first chapter is missing 1 mini kit. Remember how I suggested that if the Spaceman had made it into Lego Star Wars, every game should have had a Lego original character? I think Magisto could have been in both this and Lego Harry Potter, since he looks kind of like Gandalf. If I'm at TT Games' office in 2000 and... what's it? In 2005, when the prequel game was being made, I might have to suggest that. The prequel game, of course, being the first Lego game of this style. Right. Now we can forge the now I can craft the thing at the smithy.
Moaning he hammered his own. I told him. You haven't got phone.
If you got the designs and the materials, I got the forging.
Okay, so
Pick me! Pick me! Quiet, you cheeky designs.
right, mithril mirror armor, that can get us the that's what we need for the attract studs quest.
Careful with the furnace, eh? I'm not insured.
Okay, mithril mirror armor.
Business with you.
Likewise.
Surely forgot to mention that if you forge an item just right, you can forge a perfect version of that item.
Indiana Jones and Jurassic World would have Johnny Thunder. Pirates of the Caribbean would have Captain Redbeard. What game am I missing? Not counting stuff like Lego Movie or Lego City Undercover that already have original characters in them. Alright, Lego Batman. I'm at a loss for what minifig would make sense there. Well, Lego superhero stuff in general, because if you're stuck for who to add into Lego Batman, who would you put into Lego Marvel? Because I mean, for something like Lego Incredibles, they had the benefit of like working with Pixar as they were working on the movie. The second one, at least.
Then you forged the mithril mirror armor? Excellent.
Now I should be able to withstand a few. A dozen, 100 or so knocks before needing to be rescued. Thank you kindly.
Lego didn't really make anything superhero related before making its first Spider-Man sets in 2003. Attract studs though. I keep forgetting Lego Incredibles even exists. That franchise feels too small for a Lego game. Well, granted, it does have all the victims of like Syndro's plan to like perfect the Omni Droid.
Anyone else think the Master looks a bit like a mole?
Alright, I think I've dilly-dallied for long enough. Let's head back to the Shire. And see what stuff we can do. You've heard of the rumored Lego Dragon Ball Z set? Imagine if that becomes a Lego game. You have to wonder if they'd even be able to do it justice, because I mean, the original idea for Goku was basically Sun Wukong as a martial artist. So TT games might not necessarily have the adequate cultural context to Alright, so it needs to be daylight for much of the stuff in the Shire. Or One Piece, that already has sets. It does, but I'd already been wondering what direction that would take, because they're based on like the live action show. So would a Lego game think more like that or like the anime? Because I mean,
that's chicken talk for I want to live among the chickens. All this animosity between elves and dwarves. The humble chicken leads a much simpler life. I just need a chicken hat so I can blend in with them. Could you get me one? I've already looked in Hobbiton and found nothing. But maybe you'd have more luck in a farm further afield.
find a chicken hat in the queer lodgings level for this Hobbit. Queer lodgings.
Who's ready for some pumpkin pie?
The side quests in this feel very much like the Skywalker Saga, and to be honest, I'm not convinced that's a good thing. Well, this is all. Well, I'm more likely to recognize that kind of quest in particular from Lego Lord of the Rings, given that queer lodgings. Well, who'd be the queer party making those lodgings?
What to do? The guests at my party got a little, shall we say, boisterous, and decided my bed would make a better bouncy castle. Couple that with all the honey cakes we'd eaten, and it was smash! Bye bye bed. Say, you wouldn't by any chance be able to fix me up a new one, would you?
Gandalf and Charles Xavier, of course. Already had enough crafting materials to start this.
Be a goat's granny. Is that a new bed for me? Thanks very much. How about a pork pie to celebrate? Oh, no. For the sake of my new bed, my diet must start today. Have this instead.
I'd actually prefer that because I'm pretty sure we already have plenty of meat-based crafting materials.
Who's ready for some pumpkin pie?
Is that another fat joke in this game? So weird when all minifigs have the same body type.
This water wheel's been out of commission for a while. I had some parts for a replacement delivered, but they were dropped all the way up the hill. I haven't got the stamina to push it down. Would you mind doing the honors? A big old wallop ought to send it on its way.
Big old wallop, so that would entail someone like Dwalin, or at least their weapons. We need a bow and arrow to do that. So, Legolas is already...
Ah, that's a big help, thank you. Right, now to unpack it. Hopefully I'll be alright putting it together. But I have a feeling I might need to ask for your help again. But first things first, payment for your delivery service.
There's something about the Shire in there. I can find studs hiding in Farmer Maggot's crop for some reason. I should head out further east, check out the check out the port to the Grey Havens, or maybe that would make for a fitting, like, epilogue or something.
I went in to feed the goats and they got the jump on me, ran off. They're crafty, I'll tell you. Farmer Maggot's going to have me guts for garters if I don't get them back in his pens. Can you help rally them up for me? Yeah! Ride that goat! Woohoo!
Hey, you the guy who saved us all from Smaug the Fire Drake? Yeah, that's cool, and all finding my missing goat. I admit that is very much an unintended consequence of waiting until like the very end of story mode to do really anything free play related. Oh,
What's all this I hear about a dragon?
the Hobbits really are like the most innocent of all the creatures of Middle Earth. You have to imagine if that's why Gandalf packed a dragon-based firework for Bilbo's 11th birthday party, because I mean, the confrontation with Smaug must have been like his proudest moment. How am I supposed to get up there? Okay, there's a... Oh, there it is. Right. Well, so much for...
Thanks. That should be all of them. Cheeky beggars, lucky I don't turn them into goat burgers. Who could stay mad at those little faces? Here you go. A little something for your trouble.
Okay. Use a tinderbox treasure item or a lit torch to set a Lego fire. So apparently Samwise is the only reliable means of setting fires, because maybe I should smash all these, see if I can get some crafting materials. Yeah. Alright, Bofur. Damn.
Bones are looking especially lovely today.
Oh, yes.
Who's ready for some pumpkin pie?
I should be doing that a lot more often, because there is a trophy for getting that perfect one hit. Thing on that mining thing for crafting materials. I mean, we're already going to need a lot of materials anyway, because Dory. Because in LEGO Lord of the Rings, mithril bricks were the only crafting materials. Meaning you had to do like a bunch of everything else in order to get the most out of the smithy. It all sort of fed back into itself, really. Because, I mean... Okay, Bofur. Oh, yes. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, now that I think about it, completing all the completion stuffs in LEGO Lord of the Rings was sort of had like a full feedback loop, where one thing would always feed into the next. Like, you couldn't do any of the quests without the treasure items specifically from the levels, and you couldn't get it except for the red brick quests, which required specifically the items, the mithril items that you get from crafting. So you had to get a lot of mithril bricks to get the most out of the smithy, to in turn get the most out of your damn the quicker ones. All right. All right, I think I'm good for the next craft that needs emerald. I would prefer to get some platinum, but
This is a bother. I lent young Bilbo back into my best tea hat a while ago, and I think the dozy dear must have forgotten to return it. I feel a bit awkward bringing it up. If you're round at Bag End anytime soon, could you pick it up for me?
so she wants a tea hat from her. From the very next level.
Yep, as expected, I haven't got the faintest idea of how to put a water wheel together. That's not exactly something a hobbit gets taught, is it? Not like baking, gardening, or sleeping. You, on the other hand, what? You look like an expert water wheel builder.
Alright, so... Oh, for... It calls for the one shiny material that I don't have, like, in any capacity. Oh, idiot! I am so stupid. Hey, you the guy that saved the world from Smaug the Fire Drake? Yeah, I don't care. Can you build a water wheel for me?
Oh, I've been looking for some of those. Can I trade you for some?
These townsfolk are really giving the sponge who can fly energy.
Can I trade you for some?
So, 40 wood for 20 meat. And wood is probably one of the most abundant materials. So when I probably had access to it, it probably could have been a much better deal. Alright, where's Ansem the Wise? Has enough MP for... Plenty of... more than enough fire rigor for that.
My mother-in-law is in town, and I promised her one of my award-nominated bread pies. But, wouldn't you know it, we're all out of bread. I'll get my ear chewed off if she doesn't get some pie to chow down on. If you've got any bread you could part with, friend.
So...
My mother-in-law is...
50 bread. I've only got 5. The quests around here are asking for a lot of materials that I don't have. I could have gotten more of sapphire if I hadn't been such an idiot. Hey, errand boy. Yes, you, the guy who saved us all from Smaug. I need bread, so go off into town, will ya? Bane. There's the Buckleberry Ferry. Does Farmer Maggot have a quest?
Those crows keep making a right mess of the crops. Not to point fingers, but I'm tempted to say my old scarecrow ain't cutting the mustard anymore. Sorry to say it, the old fellow may be due an upgrade. Something a bit more lifelike, perhaps.
Yeah, that calls for the character customizer. We already need to...
Sure, we should trust food farmed by someone called Farmer Maggot.
Everything else in and around the Shire... I guess they really like the back and forth aspect of... What do you mean overqualified? You chase Smaug away from our land. So you can chase away a few birds from my cornfield. It's basically the same thing. Oh, for God's sake, this is not... Right, I'm gonna have to turn it tonight to see what those two night events are. Where's the closest campsite? I've got a joke for you. What's the difference between canon and a canon? I have a feeling this is going to be stupid yet enjoyable, aren't I? One destroys ships, the other destroys ships. It says a lot that I know what you mean by both. Oh, Rosie Cotton! If you want to talk about cannon destroying ships, how about Rosie Cotton thinking the idea that Frodo would end up with Samwise? I mean, they would both end up in the Undying Lands because they'd both hold the ring for some time. But I mean, the fact that Samwise started a family would be the framing device for for this RPG-esque thing called Strider's Quest, Aragorn's Quest, or whatever it is. That's that was actually made by Fusion, TC Games B team. So, yeah, all the quests that I'm having difficult, that I don't have the materials to handle, they're all daylight. So,
I've got to deliver these scrumptious pumpkins to Bree. But there's talk of bandits on the roads. I'll cut you in on the payment if you keep those brigands off my back and away from my babies. What'd you say?
I can do that. Because it won't require me to scrounge up any more crafting materials that... or any more studs for crafting materials that I don't have. Okay, I need... There's a trophy for... having Gandalf dazzle enemies, whatever that means, so... Might as well see if... hitting the same enemy multiple times counts for those counts for once per enemy, or so you actually have to stay in proximity to her for her to actually move.
Hands off my pumpkins, fiends!
Yep, conjurer of cheap tricks. I can safely go back to the doctor. Because I mean, yes, Gandalf has Glamdring, but...
Crackers and canaries.
Okay.
Oh, made it. You certainly showed those pumpkin pilfering pests a thing or two. I'll give you your share of the payment now. I've got some errands to run before I haul these beauties to their new owner. Thanks.
Well, since we're in and around Bree, what can we do around here?
This map is useless. I can't find this treasure anywhere.
Right, elves. Where is Legolas?
Did you hear the story of the Hobbit who knocked an orc king's head down a rabbit hole, inventing the game of golf? A little birdie tells me the hole is nearby. What say you and I venture down and see if his lordship is still down there?
Yeah, this is the story of the portrait at Bag End. What he's talking about is one of Bilbo's ancestors, Bulrora Took.
Help!
Okay. The Barrow Downs.
Help! Right, it's around here somewhere. Crikey, it's a bit spooky in here. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Well, only now do you think that.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised to run into orcs down here, but still, I'm glad you're here, friend. One of the orcs dropped this trinket. I reckon you've earned it.
Right. Barrel white. Okay, so, right, nori. Then Bombur. At least this didn't call for too much food-based loot. I think we picked up a solid haul. I sort of want to end this stream. I sort of don't want to end this stream until I get the stud multiplier that I've unlocked but can't afford.
would you look at this well? Except you can't, because there is no well. Because it wasn't maintained very well at all. If you are well enough equipped, could you perhaps build me a new well? Then I can, well, stop saying well so much for a start.
What are the materials? Okay, I can do... this is something I can actually do. I won't even... eat away too many eat away too many valuable materials to do it.
Well, it's a new well. Well, I'm welling up with emotion. I'm all out of ways to use the word well. It was fun while it lasted though, wasn't it? Thanks for fixing the well.
All right. Tom the Troll. Right, so Anson the Wise. Well, this is it. This could be it. This could be... how I get the last of those materials that I need for that one quest in the daylight back in the Shire. Well, well, well. Are you the guy who, well, defeated Smaug? Well, I need your help. Little Timmy fell down the well. Alright, so since we have a camp here, might as well shift to daylight. And then head back to the Shire and do that one quest that I needed those materials for. The coolest thing is that every time I move along the day-night cycle, the game's kind enough to reset every stud I've grabbed, so I remember in LEGO Lord of the Rings using this to pick up every purple stud that comes from no longer being able to grab particular mithril bricks. was like the most effective grinding method in the late game. Like once you had all of your stud multipliers, once you yeah. I can now afford what? So if it wasn't for that...
And hey, presto! The water wheel is complete and looking better than ever. You know, I'm that impressed, I think I ought to throw a party in your honor. No, don't be modest. It would be my pleasure. At the very least, you must take this.
Alright, so... do I even have what this would give? Only one way to find out. Okay, that goes up there. I think I remember doing this that exact same thing in Lego Lord of the Rings. You're not going to tell me what that is? I'm going to have to head all the way to the smithy and Bree in order to find out. Oh yeah, this is that quest. Right. Yeah, plenty of things still yet to do in the Shire. This is why I'm not too worried about leaving everything that still can be bought to be bought.
Fancy a trade?
Okay. You offer 20 stone for, or 50 stone for 20 sapphire. That's a damn good deal. Right, so where is the red brick that I'm looking for? I think it's around here in Moria, but it needs to be nighttime.
That man. Like he hasn't got a care in the world.
Where is he?
Okay.
His Carrot Man is, in the movie, is I think played by Peter Jackson himself. You know what I think I should do? I should find the nearest camp, set it to night, and then go chasing after that. Alright, once I get that red brick, I'll be in pretty good shape. Okay, there we go. I can afford it. Now, Goblin Brute around Moria.
They're supposed to.
Fast travel straight there. Times 6 stud multiplier. Okay. Enable. Boink. Okay. And then fast travel back to Erebor. Because I already need a heap of bread for that one quest. Copper, iron, silver, gold, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond. Bread. Okay, that's plenty. Oh. Wherever those blue studs came from. They got me heaps of money back already. Anyway, let's fast travel back to Bree because I want to know what that what that design we got from the Shire was.
You've got designs for items that need forging. Head on over to the blacksmiths. If you've got the designs and the materials, I got the forging.
So, stud spear needs carrots. Catchphrase mount needs carrots. Falcon needs.
Forging?
Okay, so I can only afford to make one or two of those. So Tom the Troll. Okay, I think we're all set, and so can spend money basically at our leisure to get whatever we want. Tilda. Okay, so now I can afford.
My husband has this unusual interest in exotic weapons and insists on obtaining a sinister sword found in Dol Guldur. Anything from such an evil place must be bad news. I'd ask that you bring this Morgul blade to me first, so I can keep it hidden.
So you want a Morgul blade from the Necromancer level at Dol Guldur. Right, Bane. Right, where's Legolas? Okay, Bothor Lake Town. Okay. What are the purchases we missing from the Shire? Only stuff we can do in the daylight. Mithril Megapult, Mithril Mushroom Crown. Gandalf the Great.
Gandalf the Grey? More like Gandalf the Great. That charm, that style, that luxurious beard, and such wonderful fireworks. Yet, no real fireworks could compare to those he ignites within my heart. Oh, he's so dreamy. Were I able, I would gaze upon his fabulous features forever.
Two sapphire. 20 wood, 80 stone. This is getting expensive. Oh, what? I mean, I already have the trophy, so between stud magnet and all my stud multipliers, at kind of a money no object point. But also, there's a trophy for hitting, I think, 10 billion studs, so...
Oh my gosh! This statue is perfect! So dashing, so stern, so grey. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to show him off to everyone in town.
Right, so... I should seek that. Seek this recipe. We're gonna need Ori's catapult, but what's it supposed to show? Or what colors are supposed to show? Oh, that's where you get the colors from. Green, blue, red. Alright, how hard can that be?
Huh? This map's
For some reason it's not... For some reason Ori's slingshot isn't locking onto the target. Tell you what, let's do the mithril mushroom crown. I mean, the quest for it is like right outside of Bree. Yes, and that's a good place to go if you can't really afford the crafting materials you need.
As long as you've got a hot oven and the right ingredients, you can forge anything. Just like making a cake. Yeah, you can probably...
Okay, what materials does the mushroom crown need?
If you got the designs and the materials, I got the forging.
I can afford to do the mushroom crown now.
Item designs can be found all over the place.
Okay,
Well, this is a bother.
there's something I... Oh yeah, I wanted to use the campsite to set back to daylight. Okay. Since I'm here, I might as well do the thing and I'm guessing that's how you cheese the stud grind. If you're at any point lacking during the... during the end game. Alright, Ori. Oh, come on.
Oh, I've been looking for some of those. Can I trade you for some?
What to do? What to do? My mother-in-law is in town.
Okay.
Thanking you kindly. That ought to be plenty. Perhaps I could show my gratitude with a slice of bread pie when it's done. I tell you, that starchy combination of pastry and bread... No? Well, I suppose you can have this instead.
Well, now 2 red brick quests have appeared. Okay, are they for... Are they for recipes I already have?
What to do? If you're not too busy, could I trouble you to forge me some mithril dance boots? Don't tell her I said this, but my wife has 2 left feet, and those boots can supposedly turn anyone into an expert dancer. I have this wall set that can give you studs from fallen nasties as a reward.
Okay, so he'll offer character studs for mithril dance boots. Guessing he'll only appear at night. In which case, let's see if I have the recipe for mithril dance boots. Because I, for one, think that character studs is going to be a worthwhile investment once we make that break for 10 billion studs.
You've got designs for items that need forging. Head on over to the blacksmith. If you got the designs and the materials, I got the forging.
I'd be no.
You've got designs for items that need forging. Head on over to the blacksmith.
Okay. So, mithril dance shoes. Is that something we can find in free roam?
That son of mine's always tinkering about in the blacksmiths. I wish he'd forge me a son that wasn't so lazy.
Horseshoes. Dance boots. Would you say it's kind of appropriate that the schematics for mithril dance boots can be found in Rivendell? And this door here. We're clearly supposed to be an elf here, so Legolas. What? Oh, yes. Now that was a bit cheesy because we were supposed to fire an arrow in there, but I'll take what I can get. Alright. So. Rhythm stick. I know that's for a... I know we need that for a different quest, but let's fast travel back to Bree. See, see what materials we need. Yes, the mighty eagles of fast travel.
You got his eyes right underneath floating. I don't know which of the blacksmith.
So, what materials do I need?
It's hot in here. Times like this, I wish I could take my beard off.
Okay, carrots. That's actually pretty good because that's relatively inexpensive. Not sure where the best hotspots for grinding carrots are, but we can shoof straight off to Erebor and buy up everything we need. Copper, meat, carrots. Talk about inexpensive. That's cheap as chips. Imagine like an Assassin's Creed game where
Just like making a cake. Ooh, it's hot in here. Times like this, I wish I could take my beard off.
right, it'll tell you if you've managed to make the perfect if you managed to do the perfect forge.
Pick me! Quiet, you cheeky designs.
All right. So there's no doubt about it. I have to. It has to be with the by filling up the inner wheel to get the perfect forge.
Careful with the furnace, eh? I'm not insured.
Right, mithril dance boots.
How's you doing business with you?
Likewise.
This morning he hammered his own.
Well, I have to. I guess not.
This map.
I know, but Ori's slingshot won't lock onto the targets. Well, now they will. Okay. Right, green, blue, red. Uh-huh. Okay. Mithril Megapult.
Oh, I've been looking for some of those. Can I trade you for some?
What to do? What to do? Oh, thank you. My poor feet appreciate it. Even by Hobbit standards, they've swollen ridiculously from all the abuse. Please, take this. And may the hair on your toes never fall off.
Alright. Character studs. Yes.
Can I trouble you for a moment there? There's something you can forge called the Mithril Catchphrase Mallet, which, well, sees things when you hit stuff. I wonder if it could drown out the sound of my mother-in-law. Be a friend and forge me one, would you? In return, I've got a shiny rock I could part with that helps you find sapphires.
So a mithril catchphrase mallet for an increase in for an extra that increases sapphire drop rates.
I'm sure he forgot to mention. Perfect version of that item. I bet he forgot to mention.
Okay.
Picked up any good designs lately?
I need ruby and carrots. That's no slow bow. Wait, the guide... the guide says which quests... come with the stud multipliers, so...
I heard a party of dwarves managed to burrow their way out of the cells.
Actually, maybe I should just call it here. Because, I mean... I've already gone for longer than... otherwise would. But, yeah, right. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you guys next time. We've made some damn good progress this stream.